Come on in, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am live on multiple platforms, so it is so good to have you guys here with me today. You guys know that I love teaching you guys about transformation, right? How to transform your life, how to shift your life. And we're going to be stepping into that today as well, okay? Let me make sure I take care of the sound. You guys come on in and show out. Everybody come on in and show out. You guys know what it is. Okay? So, how do I help people transform their lives? I help them transform their lives. Hey, Flo! I help people. Hey, girl, how you been, honey bunch? I help people transform their lives, right? With my three ascension keys, okay? I say if you master these three things, you master your life. You shift your entire life, okay? What are those three things? Mwah! Love you so much. Okay? Mind mastery. We must always until the day that we croak. All right? We must be mastering the mind, right? Two is healing, okay? I talked to you guys about the chakras and how it's tied to the auras, all right, and how this is tied to your emotional, your spiritual, your physical well-being, right? It's important to learn to heal thyself, okay? So healing, okay? And number three, intentional movement, making intentional moves here in this reality, right? Choosing the experience that you want to have, okay? So you master these three things, you master your life, you shift your life, you change your life. Okay. All right. So right now we're going to step into, what should we step into? Let's go ahead and get rid of the mind mastery. Why? Because once you master your mind, it'll be easier to step into that healing, okay, and that intentional movement. All right. If you don't have your mind in order, if you're always thinking about the negative and the traumas that you've experienced, if you're always thinking about the things that haven't worked out for you, okay, that's going to get in the way of the transformation that you are wanting to embark on. Okay, that's going to get in the way of the love that you are pursuing, the health that you are pursuing, the success that you are pursuing. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Flo. Mwah. Thank you so much. And so I'm going to step into that really quickly, really briefly. Okay. But then we're going to really spend a lot of time on that healing. Okay. A lot of time on that healing. I want you guys to be open to healing. All right. I want you guys to be open to healing, willing to heal, because what you truly desire is on the other side of that healing. Your transformation happens through your healing. Okay, guys? Everybody come on in and show out. Let's make sure that we are doing the thumbs up on YouTube. Okay. Hey, guys. Hey, Endless War. Ajax. Hey, guys. How you doing? Grayson. Okay. Um, so let's get into this. All right, let's talk about the mind mastery. I'm live on TikTok and YouTube as well. Okay, guys, you guys know what it is. All right, do what you got to do. Let's step into the mind mastery. Okay, mindset mastery. If you deal with depression, anxiety, overthinking, fears, worries, you are at the right place at the right time, baby. You are right where you are supposed to be. Imagine that that is your lifeline. Okay, imagine that that is your lifeline. Let me zoom in for you guys here on YouTube. Okay. Imagine this is your lifeline. This is your past. This is your future. Here we are in 2025. Okay. The depressed person, if you deal with depression, let me see a blue heart, guys. Put it in the comments. A blue heart. Let me see who I'm talking to. Okay. If you deal with depression, that means that your body is here in 2025, but your mind is stuck in the past. Your mind keeps reliving the past traumas, the past hurts. Okay, what didn't work out for you. All right. So here are the traumas. Imagine that these lines represent years, and you never had the opportunity to resolve these traumas, to heal from these traumas. Okay. So again, the body is here in 2025, and the mind is stuck in the past, reliving situations that do not feel good. Okay. All right. So that's the depressed mind. All right. The anxious mind, they are worried about things in the future, but in a negative sense. Okay. They are fearful because they didn't heal their past. Okay, they're worried because they didn't heal this past trauma. Okay, if we're talking about love, maybe you had a bad divorce here, and so now that's impacting the way your willingness to go out there and date again. Maybe you don't want to get into another relationship again. Maybe you never want to marry. See, all of the things that you never resolved and healed from will be impacting your decision making, the moves that you make, the goals that you are willing to pursue. First goal is 16K, guys. Let's do it. Thank you in advance. Mwah. Love you guys. Okay, love you guys. All right. So we have to understand that the anxious mind is worried, stressed in the future. And look at the disconnect. The body is here, but the mind is here. Disconnect. With the depressed person, the body is here, but the mind is here in the past. Okay? Does this make sense? Give me a thumbs up. All right? Is this making sense to you? Give me a thumbs up. Okay? If you do not understand, you need to let me know. If you deal with anxiety, let's see that red heart. Okay, that used to be me. Bad panic attacks. Those panic attacks were no joke. Anybody in here ever experienced a panic attack? Those panic attacks are crazy, right? You start sweating profusely, like buckets and buckets of sweat out of nowhere. It's almost like you've been running 5 miles. You haven't moved, but you're sweating buckets, right? You get dizzy instantly, like you've been on a merry-go-round for 5 hours and you're just standing there, right? So that nervous system really knows how to take over. It really, really does. When it has experienced trauma, okay, which is why we're going to go into the healing, okay? If it has experienced trauma, okay, it's going to remember that, okay? My panic attacks used to be so bad. It's like my body, I remember feeling like rumbling in my stomach. It was like a shaking. I would get so worked up. It was weird. It was very interesting. Okay? All right. So again, a depressed person stuck in the past, reliving old situations, can't move past certain things. They're stuck. Okay? The anxious mind is they're willing to move forward, but they are anticipating the negative. They're automatically thinking that the negative is going to happen. You guys, I need you guys showing out. Seriously. Okay? If everybody were to do this, let's get some shares on the board. All right? Let's get some shares on the board. You guys know what this is, okay? All right? Let's play the game. Okay? Let's play the game. Okay? As long as I'm up here talking, you guys should be. All right? We need to make sure this message gets to the masses. All right? How is this going to get to the masses if y'all are just sitting there? Okay? That's going to be telling TikTok and YouTube that this live is not good. Okay? And doesn't need to be pushed. All right? Okay? So make sure you guys are reciprocating the energy. Yes, there are certain situations that may cause a person to be depressed. There are certain situations that may cause a person to be anxious. You can have both. You can deal with both, okay? So now we're going to implement a Nikki method, okay? The Nikki method. You can come up with your own method. You are a creator. Do what you need to do. But if you don't have a method, you're going to implement this one right now, starting today, in order to overcome this looping that you're doing. We can't afford to allow ourselves to sit in depression and anxiety because your thoughts create your reality. Type that in the comments. My thoughts create my reality. See, this is why we can't. Thoughts create it's really like your experience. So, sorry, I ran out. I'm going to have to do that again because the marker is dying, okay? But basically, your thoughts are creating the experience that you get to have here, right? Okay? So we need to make sure that we're mindful of the mind. Okay? We need to be careful of what we are allowing our mind to consistently sit on. Okay? Does this make sense? Give me a thumbs up. If you are lost in the sauce, you need to let me know. Okay? This is your life. This is an interactive class. This is an interactive class. Nikki method, okay? First things first, use your emotions as a gauge to ask yourself, what am I thinking about? You see, a lot of us are just allowing our minds to go off and just think about whatever it wants to think about. You're sitting in the bed and you start thinking about a flower, and all of a sudden you made it all the way to Z. You started at A, you're at Z in 2.2 seconds. You was thinking about a flower. Now you're thinking about what happened 5 years ago. You know? Sometimes we let that mind just go off, and it will just go off if you're not careful. But the problem with that is that your thoughts are creating your experience here. Okay? All right, so we got to be mindful of the mind. Okay? So use your emotions as a gauge to ask yourself, what am I thinking about? What am I thinking about? Okay? All right? See, you got to be conscious of the thoughts that you're thinking. All right? If you're here and you are on your way to your spouse's house, your significant other, whoever you're dating or whatever, you're on your way, you driving, and all of a sudden you start crying, you got to ask yourself, what am I thinking about? Okay? Use your emotions as a gauge. And so once you realize that you're probably thinking about something that's negative, you see how your body is here, but your mind drifted off? Your mind is sneaking out the house. Okay? So what's happening there? Okay? Your mind is disconnecting from the body. It's disconnecting from the present. It's going out there, and it's going to be like remaining in this like traumatic loop. It stays in the loop until you recondition it. That's why we're going to be doing these 5 steps to recondition ourselves, right? Okay? That's why we're doing the 5 steps. You're not just stopping the thought, okay? Because that's the next step. Once you realize that your mind is out there thinking about something it doesn't need to be thinking about, stop the negative thought. I don't care if you've been there for 5 minutes, 5 days, 5 hours. Stop the thought, okay? It doesn't matter how long you've been there. It doesn't matter how many times you got to do this. If you have to do this until 16K. Okay? 16K. That's the first goal. Okay? That's the first goal. All right? All right. What if you can't stop them, Ryan? That's what I'm talking about right now. You will. This is gonna, see, you think you can't stop them. You think that you cannot stop your thoughts because you've been conditioned. You've just been letting this happen. You haven't been told how to do it in the past. You haven't been told the importance of doing it in the past. But I'm here to tell you that you will, you can, and you should. Okay? I'm here to tell you that you really should. And it may take years to really get a grip. It took me about 6 years to really be able to honestly like stop them and really focus my mind on what I wanted to focus on. I was dealing with bad anxiety for years. So you think just after a week or 2 or a month or 2 of just trying to do this, that it's going to just fix itself? No. It's going to take time. It's going to take effort because you've been living a certain way for a certain amount of time. Okay? But you have control. That's what I'm here to tell you. You have control. All right? So we just got to put in the effort. And you should, because this is a self-mastery game. You're playing a game. This is about self-mastery. You're not here to do anything else. You are here to do this, to master self. So put in the work. That's what we're doing here, guys. Does this make sense? Okay? Does this make sense? Give me a thumbs up. Okay? You're not here for anything else. Self-love, that's what you're here to master. Okay, self-worth, that's what you're here to master. Mind mastery, that's what you're here to master. This is it's all about you. You came out the cuckoo by yourself, didn't you? Unless you have a twin or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But you came here by yourself. This is a journey for self. Okay? Best advice, implement a method. We're going through a method. If you are someone who deals with depression or anxiety, you should be implementing these steps, guys. This is what I'm telling you right now. You guys are asking me, how do I stop the thought? What should I do when I'm having an issue? I'm showing you right now. This is what you do. Start implementing it regularly. Okay? All right. First things first, use your emotions as a gauge to ask yourself, what am I thinking about? Once you notice that your mind is drifting off thinking about something negative, stop the negative thought, dead in its tracks. Then I want you to do a U-turn, bring your mind back to the present. Okay, bring your mind back to the present. If you're in your car driving, your mind should be in that damn car driving. If you are in Arizona, your mind needs to be in Arizona, not Texas. Okay, if it's 2025, your mind needs to be in 2025, not 2003. Is this making sense? Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you're not processing what I'm saying now. Okay. 16K is the next goal. Once you guys get to 16K, I'm gonna pick up the conversation again. Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. I'm over here pouring into you, baby. If I was talking politics, y'all would be blowing this damn live up. If I was talking gossip shit, y'all would be blowing this live up. Blow this live up and pretend like I'm your favorite rapper, your favorite music artist, your favorite actress. Pretend. Okay? Humor me. You understand? Once we hit 16K, I'm going to continue the conversation. Y'all don't really want this. Y'all don't really want it. If you were engaged, you would be hyping this live up. If you were engaged, if you were enjoying this, you would be hyping this live up. See, I already know this. I already know this information. Y'all don't want to learn about the healing. Y'all don't need to know any of this. Y'all good. Let me know when you're ready. When you're ready, type ready in the comments. 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 Let's get some shares on the board. When we hit the 16, I'm going to start talking. So I'm waiting on y'all. 16K. I don't know why it's so hard. Right there. 16K. When we hit that 16K, I'm going to pick up the conversation. Okay? Mindset mastery, healing yourself, and intentional movement. These are 3 things that you must be mastering if you want to transform your life. Okay? 3 things. Right now we're talking about mind mastery. Next, we're going to be stepping into this healing. Okay? Don't be afraid of a little healing, baby. You were made for this. Let's see where we at. We almost there. After that, the next goal is 33. Okay, we got to keep this live going, babe. We got to keep this live going. We got to keep the energy flowing. Those of you guys on YouTube, make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up, sharing this live, okay? Interacting in the comments. Thank you, Goddess. Thank you, guys. All right, let's keep it going. All right. We're implementing a Nikki method so that we can get up out of the depression, anxiety, overthinking. We don't have time for that. If your thoughts are creating your experience here in this 3D and you don't want to suffer, you don't want to have a horrible love life, you don't want to have to struggle with money, then you better start mastering this mind, okay? These are the steps. Using your emotions as a gauge, stopping the negative thoughts dead in its tracks, bringing your awareness back to the present. Okay, bringing your awareness back to the present. When you stop that negative thought, okay, you gotta bring your awareness back to the present. If you were in the car, your mind should be in the car. Ask yourself sensory questions. What is that I see? What is that I smell? What is that I hear? Okay, what is that I see? What is that I smell? What is that I hear? These are sensory questions. You understand? Okay, that's going to allow for your mind to check back in with where you are physically. Okay, see, you didn't know you had superpowers. You could be at two places at one time, right? You could be here with me in this conversation, but your mind could be somewhere else on like what you're going to cook for dinner. You see, we got superpowers. Okay, superpowers. All right, and so now we ask ourselves these sensory questions so we can check back in. All right, now that we are aligned, we're going to breathe in with the nose, breathe out with the mouth, okay? Breathe in with the nose and out with the mouth, okay? I want you to do that 5 times. What are we doing? We're regulating the system, okay? Regulating the system, okay? All right? Is this making sense so far? Now, the reason why we're taking all of these steps is because we want to override this conditioning that is stored here, okay? So we're taking hold of the mind. We're going to be working on the healing of these traumas. All of this is working together. Is this making sense to you guys? The reason why we tackle the mind first is because when we step into this healing, we don't want to embark on our healing, but then our mind just keep us in this loop. We master the mind so that healing will come. We'll be able to process it easier. We'll be more accepting of it. Okay. We'll have more compassion. It's going to be a lot. Okay. But all of this stuff is working together. This is what I call my 3 ascension keys: mind mastery, healing, intentional movement, manifestation. Okay. All right, guys. Okay. This last step of the Nikki method, all right, is it's going to depend on what you are capable of doing at that time. Where are you? Are you at home? Are you at work? Are you in a vehicle? Where are you? Okay, but that will determine this very last step. You can say a powerful affirmation. You can say an ask-formation. You can do some dancing, meditating, yoga, sound healing. Comedy skits. You can watch comedy. I love watching comedy and laughing, right? You can, you have options, right? So you're going to need to do what resonates with you. You can journal, you can script, you can write music, like what works for you. Okay. Take a screenshot of this. All right. If you do not already have your copy of the Manifestation Mastery book, okay, your guide to lasting transformation, grab your copy. Okay, this short guide, you see this? This is what you need if you want to transform that life, baby. You got everything you need right in here. Okay, you got playlists. Okay, it's on the TikTok shop. It's on Amazon. Check the LINK in your, you know what. Okay, you guys are smart people. You know how to find that info. Okay, you have playlists here that I have for you guys. I talk to you guys about chakras. I give you guys tools in here. You can actually use this very Sri yantra, place it in your home. I give you instructions, place it in the east and things like that. So you can manifest, magnify wealth in your home, right? I have super tips in here. I have a QR code to scan to a little mini masterclass for you guys that accompanies the chapter. Like, you have everything that you need. Affirmations, advanced exercises. You also have this, what I call my mind map. Okay, you have that in here. Okay, you have everything that you need. make sure that you guys are grabbing your guides, okay? I bring the resources to you so that you can really just get to it. There's no excuses. Anybody can read this, okay? Anybody can read this, okay? All right? Okay, if you got it, say got it, okay? You guys understand? Type it in the comments. Get your resources, okay? All right? Now, are we ready for healing? Okay, are we ready for healing? Type healing in the comments. Okay, if you guys are ready for it, healing, okay, type healing in the comments. And let's step into that healing. Okay, let's step into that healing. Oh, awesome. How many of you guys are dealing with trauma, unresolved trauma? I should say unresolved trauma in your life. If you are dealing with unresolved trauma in your life, raise your hand. Meaning you have a lot of trauma that you have not healed. Okay, you haven't quite taken care of. Awesome. Not awesome like that, but awesome that we can help you with this. So this is great. Okay. If you have some traumas that you have not yet taken care of, baby, today is the day. Okay. Today is the day. Okay. Don't you worry about a thing, baby. You at the right place at the right time. Oh, you caught the live. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Sherry. How you doing, girl? So, we're going to start out talking about the auras, okay? And how your auras are tied to your chakras, your meridians, your spiritual well-being, your emotional well-being, okay? I'm going to be talking about your auras, okay? I'm going to be talking about your chakras, okay? We're going to go through 7 chakras. As I'm going through the 7 chakras, right, I'm going to be calling out certain symptoms that you, okay, might actually be experiencing. Okay. See, they say that if you have a blocked chakra, then there's a certain aspect of your life that is blocked. Okay. So, is there anybody in here that said that the ones that said that they have some unhealed trauma? Is there anybody in here that feels stuck in their life right now? Do you feel stuck in your life right now? Do you have any ailments in your life right now? Are you sickly? Is your immune system low, weak? Okay. Do you have any type of disorders? Okay. If you answered yes to any of these questions I just asked you, then we're going to be able to tell which of your chakras are blocked, okay? And we're going to help you resolve those issues, those ailments, by healing the chakra, okay? By working on the chakras, okay? See, these are your auras. And each of these auras are tied to a specific chakra. Okay? These auras are actually protecting. They're protecting. Hold on, sorry guys. Let me fill this in really quickly. Let me fix it so you guys can see what it's gonna look like. Make sure you guys are showing out in the live, guys. The next goal, did you guys hit that? We're almost there. 33. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. All right, you guys need to hype this live up, baby. Hype it up. Now let's get this message to the masses. People need to hear this stuff. Oh, yeah. They need to hear this stuff. Okay, sorry, I want to fix it for you guys. I know. Maybe I'm doing too much, but whatever. just want to show you guys. Okay, guys. The purple. Where's my purple? Okay. Huh. Okay, that's as good as I could do right now. I want you to take note as to which of your chakras may be blocked, okay? And so remember, these are our auras. They're protecting us emotionally, right? They're protecting us from outside negative emotions, emotional projection onto us. They're protecting us from EMF exposure. Like all of that EMF is trying to protect us, right? What else? Collective fear. Like when the masses are fearful, our auras are trying to protect us, okay? So it's very important that our auras are healthy. Does this make sense? Okay. Does this make sense? Okay. Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, I pinned you, baby. You need some attention? Okay. I pinned you, baby. Okay. Because instead of you going and creating a live and teaching what you want to teach, you want to be here. So let me give you the attention that your mama didn't. How can I help you? We love you so much. Okay? All right. So your auras are protecting you. Okay? And so each of these auras are connected to a chakra, guys. It's connected to a chakra. Okay? All right. So let me tell you, if you experience trauma and you don't heal yourself, it's affecting your auras. And if I'm telling you your aura is connected to a specific chakra, and your chakra is connected to your immune system, your emotional health, your spiritual well-being, your physical well-being, we must be mindful of our chakra health. Does this make sense? See, they didn't teach us this stuff in school. Anytime I heard about chakra stuff, it was like some hippie stuff or whatever. You just were not learning about the chakras. But I'm here to tell you today that, baby, you better be paying attention to your chakras. Okay? It's very important for us to pay attention to our chakras. They didn't teach us this stuff. It's a reason for that. Make sure you pay attention to it. Okay? Make sure you are mindful of your chakra health, because your chakras are tied to your physical well-being. And I'm going to go through symptoms. Your physical well-being, your emotional well-being, okay, etc. Okay? All right? Okay. All right. So here we go. We're going to start, right? So you see this aura, this red aura that is closest to the body, right? This one is your etheric body aura. That one's closest to the body, right? Your etheric body aura. Now, okay, you see how it's fine right now. It's beautiful. It's strong. It's a strong aura, right? Well, when you have unhealed trauma, your unhealed trauma is going to cause rips, holes, and distortions in your aura. Okay? What are some examples of trauma that can happen in this etheric body aura? Okay? What are some traumas that can affect you here? Childhood neglect. Anybody here ever experienced childhood neglect? There's a distortion in your aura if you've never healed it. Okay? If you've ever experienced poverty, look at that. Distortion in that specific aura. Okay? That aura, etheric body aura, the one right here closest to the body, the red aura. Okay? All right? If you've experienced poverty, abandonment, distortion in that aura. Okay? All right. Okay. Thank you guys. Okay. What about instability in the home or family? Look, another distortion. See, this is causing rips and holes in that beautiful aura. Okay. And so what will happen is now if you don't heal it, if it never gets healed, some of you guys have experienced this stuff and you have never like really dealt with it, right? Okay. And so now this aura is tied to the what? Root chakra. The etheric body aura is tied to the root chakra. Okay. Now, when this root chakra is blocked, okay, the root chakra will become blocked because of this trauma that hasn't been resolved. Okay. And so here, if that root chakra is blocked, you're going to be experiencing these things. Are you guys ready? Type ready in the comments. If you're ready, type ready in the comments. Yes, Michael. Yes. Okay. If you're ready, type ready in the comments. Let me see you guys over here on YouTube. Okay. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. Okay. If you experience chronic fear, if you are someone who is always fearful, you're fearful to take a chance, you're fearful to chase your goals, you're fearful of starting a new job because you don't know what's going to happen, you're fearful. Okay? You're fearful that your family was sick, so this might happen to you. You're fearful. Okay? If you deal with chronic fear, your root chakra is blocked. Okay? All right? If you are insecure, you're insecure with your finances, your relationships, who you are as a person. Okay? If you experience any of those particular traumas that I went through, it causes a blockage in your root chakra, and it's going to manifest as insecurity, chronic fear, okay, money issues, money issues, okay, immune weakness. If your immune system is weak, that root chakra is blocked. Okay, that root chakra is blocked. Okay, if you deal with joint pain, that root chakra is probably blocked. Okay, as I'm calling these out, make sure you write it down. Okay, if you experience lower back aches, okay, that root chakra is probably blocked. Okay, elimination problems, you have problems eliminating. Okay. If you are obese, okay, if you are anorexic, okay, or have dealt with that too, if you are constipated, if you have a poor immune system, again, that root chakra is probably blocked, okay, all right. How many of you guys from those symptoms that I've just called out, how many of you guys think that your root chakra is blocked? Put root in the comments. Okay. Put root in the comments. Okay. Okay. All right. I love the interaction, guys. I'm super, super proud of you guys. The next goal is, where we at? 55K. Let's do it. Okay, let's do it. I don't like to get off of here till I've hit 100K. Let's do it, guys. All right. Okay. Now, let's talk about the sacral chakra. Are we ready? Type ready in the comments. Okay. You got to know if I'm going through the problems. Of course, I'm going to give you resolutions. Okay. You know I'm going to come with the resolutions. Let's get through the chakras so you can figure out which ones are blocked for you. Okay. All right. Now the sacral chakra, this one's going to be an orange color. Okay. It's going to be an orange color. Root is going to be red. The sacral is going to be orange. Now, you know, I'm dealing with markers, so I didn't have a yellow for the solar plexus. Okay. But the sacral is orange. Okay, guys. All right. So that sacral chakra, you see that chakra? That aura that's next to the etheric body aura. Okay. That is your emotional body aura. See, this emotional body aura, this orange one here, okay, this one is connected to your sacral chakra. And when there's unhealed trauma in your life, okay, it causes rips, holes, and distortions in your aura. Okay, when we have rips, holes, and distortions in our auras, okay, this causes dis-ease. This causes repeated trauma cycles. It causes mental illness, etc., and more. Okay, is this making sense to you guys? Let me know that you guys are processing what I'm saying. Give me a thumbs up. On YouTube, let me see that you guys are processing what I'm saying. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, let me know. All right, let me know. Okay. Okay. So, when we're talking about that sacral chakra, I want you guys to remember, like, sacral, sacred, and that sacred space, okay? And so when it's ripped and torn and distorted, you may have experienced some traumas like this, okay? Being essayed would have caused a distortion or a rip in that aura. That's your emotional body aura. It's tied to the sacral chakra, okay? If you ever been essayed, body shamed, okay, rejected, okay, all of this will cause distortions, rips in that specific aura. See, we go through specific traumas, and those specific traumas will affect certain parts of our aura, our biofield. You understand? Not everything is going to affect the same aura and the same chakra. Is this making sense to you? So specific things that happen in our lives is going to be tied to specific auras and specific chakras. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Okay, so that sacral chakra, remember, sacred area, remember, essayed, things like that would cause trauma there in that area. Okay, and so people, if you will know, let me go through some of the symptoms. Let's see if you may have a blocked sacral chakra. When you have these rips and tears in that emotional body aura, that causes a blockage in your sacral chakra and meridians. Okay, it's going to cause a blockage. What kind of blockage? Okay, what kind of blockage? Okay, let's see. All right, if you struggle with intimacy, okay, if you struggle with intimacy, okay, all right, then your sacral chakra is probably blocked. Okay? If you suppress your emotions, how many of you guys are suppressing your emotions a lot? Okay? All right? How many of you guys have some addictions? That sacral chakra is probably blocked. Okay? Sacral chakra is probably blocked. Okay, all right. Uterine, all right. Uterine or bladder issues. Sacral chakra is blocked. Sexual difficulties, I said that. Impotence, lack of flexibility, the sacral chakra is blocked. Okay. Lower back problems, large intestine, issues, okay? All of that is tied to the sacral chakra, okay? All right? If you think that you have a blockage in your sacral chakra from the symptoms that I have listed, type sacral in the comments. Sacral, okay? S-A-C-R-A-L. This is going to be orange-ish in color, guys. orangish in color. Okay. All right. Orange. Okay. All right. Next, we're going to go to the solar plexus chakra. And we're going to make our way up through these. Okay. All right. We're going to make our way up through these. All right. Okay. That solar plexus chakra, let's talk about that one. Okay, this one is going to be yellow in color. Solar, think sun, solar. Okay, that's how you will remember yellow. Okay, all right. And so the solar plexus chakra is tied to your mental body aura. So you see this aura right here. Okay, next to that emotional body aura, which is next to the etheric body aura. Okay, all right. So here, okay, that mental body aura, that is connected to your solar plexus chakra. It's yellow, all right. Now, when there are unhealed traumas in your life in this aura, okay, all right, it's going to cause issues, okay, as well, all right, in the solar plexus chakra and your meridians as well. Let's go through some of these symptoms for the solar plexus chakra, okay, and let's see if maybe yours is blocked, okay, right? If you've ever experienced any criticism, heavy criticism, that solar plexus chakra is probably blocked. Okay. If you've been extremely controlled, right? Then that solar plexus chakra is probably blocked. There's some rips, there's some holes, there's some distortions in that emotional body aura. Okay. If you've had pressure to perform, right? They pressured you to perform, whether it's in school or sports or church or whatever. At home, pressure. Okay, that's going to also cause a rip, a hole, a distortion in your emotional body aura. Okay, when we have rips and holes and distortions in our emotional body aura, it causes a blockage in the solar plexus chakra. Okay, now how will you know if you have a blockage in your solar plexus chakra? It'll show up like this. Okay, it'll show up like this. These are possibilities. Okay. Are you an overthinker? I told you it's tied to your mental body. Okay. Are you an overthinker? Raise your hand. That solar plexus chakra is probably blocked. Okay. That solar plexus chakra is probably blocked. Okay. 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 All right. If you have low confidence, okay, low confidence, all right, that solar plexus chakra is probably blocked, okay? If you're not confident in yourself, if you give up on yourself, right? If you're not willing to go and chase your dreams, pursue your dreams, your goals, all right? That solar plexus chakra, all right, is probably blocked. Okay. All right. If you have anger issues, the solar plexus chakra is probably blocked. Okay. Digestive issues. Okay. Solar plexus chakra is probably blocked. Let's go through some. Who in here is diabetic? Solar plexus chakra is blocked. Okay. Deal with hypoglycemia. That solar plexus chakra is probably blocked. Gallstones, nervousness, okay, low energy, okay, muscle cramps, okay, stomach problems. Did I say that already? Okay. Lumbar spine, okay, liver disorders. That solar plexus chakra is probably blocked, right? So what should we do? Okay. What should we do? We've got to unblock these chakras, guys. We got to be more conscious of our chakras. Your chakras are tied to your well-being. This is why we're going over it. Okay? This is why we're going over it. Okay? If you having toothaches, that's tied into, of course, your communication, right? So that's going to be tied into your throat chakra. Okay? All right, so from the symptoms that I was just listing, how many of you guys feel like your solar plexus chakra is blocked? Type solar in the comments. PCOS, that's probably going to be here in the sacral chakra. Okay, it's going to be in the sacral chakra. Okay. All right. Okay. So next we're going to move on to the heart chakra. This one is the bridge. It's the bridge to the earthly part of us. Okay. That's connecting to that spiritual part of us. Beautiful. That heart chakra is tied to your astral body. You see that green? That green aura is your astral body. Okay. All right. Okay. So, of course, we want this healthy. A lot of you guys are pursuing relationships, you lack self-love, and you got to understand that heart chakra is probably unbalanced, which is why you may be having issues, okay? You may be having issues producing the love that you want or the healthy relationships that you want. Does this make sense? Okay. Someone says, I'm beginning to think all of my chakras are blocked. Is that possible? The worst that I've seen, and I've scanned a lot of clients, but the worst that I've seen is this one. They had 5 of their 7 chakras blocked. So I'll show you what that looks like. Sorry, it's hard. It's because I'm backwards. I don't know. There you go. But yeah, you see that? So 5 of their 7 chakras were blocked, if you saw that in the red. And so that's the worst that I've seen it with just the people that I've scanned. But it absolutely is possible that they all are blocked. Yes. Okay. I won't know unless I actually scan you. You can get a bioscan with me if you need it. You could be anywhere in the world. Just get the bioscan. Otherwise, that's why I'm going through these things, so you guys can sort of guess and gauge yourself, right? You can guess and gauge yourself, okay? All right. Okay. All right. So let's go to the heart chakra. Are we ready? Type ready in the comments. Okay. Type ready in the comments. Thank you, Richard. We're all in this together. Okay. Ain't nobody perfect. I go through my own shit too. Okay. Which is why I'm so passionate about the information that I get to help you guys with, because we're all in this together. There's no instruction manual for life. We're all trying to figure this out, right? And so, yeah, we're all just trying to figure this out. We're all in this together. Okay, so let's do the heart chakra. Let's do the heart chakra. I actually took $50 off for you guys, okay, for this. I took $50 off. Let me make sure I did. I always try to give you guys a discount when I'm on the live. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Hold on, really quickly. Okay, yes, it is. I did discount it. Okay. Okay, so heart chakra, let's talk about it, because a lot of people, when they come into a consultation with me, they do think, okay, all right, that, of course, all right, that their heart chakra may be blocked, and that's simply because of the relationships that they're having, okay, all right. Oh, we're selling something, not paying attention to chat. If I ever get my disability, I will come back for sure. Yeah. Okay, heart chakra, let's do this. The heart chakra is bridging, right? So it's connected to that astral body aura. Let's talk about some traumas that you may have experienced that may have caused distortions in your astral body, Okay? Grief. If you've ever experienced grief, okay? Grief, okay? All right? Of course, okay? Of course, that's going to cause a what? Distortion. Okay? That's going to cause a distortion. Anybody in here ever experienced heavy grief that they have not resolved? Yeah. Oh, I love you too, Jamie. Okay, I love you too. Okay? All right. What about betrayal? Anybody in here ever experienced betrayal? Wow. Anybody in here ever felt betrayed? You loved someone, you gave yourself to someone, they betrayed you. Oh, yeah. There may be blockages in your heart chakra because this is affecting your astral body aura. If you haven't healed that astral body aura, then your heart chakra is probably blocked, right? Okay. What about rejection? You ever felt rejected? Caused a distortion in your astral body aura. Okay. Abandonment. Okay. So yes, abandonment will affect you in the root, but it'll also affect you in the heart, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it hurt your heart if you realized that your parents just didn't want you? Right? That would probably hurt your heart. Okay? Okay? Right? So it doesn't just affect your root when you're abandoned, but it also affects your astral body aura. Okay? Is this making sense to you guys? Give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you guys are processing what I'm saying. The next goal is 60. Where we at? 66K, guys. Come on. Show out. Okay? Have to forgive. Yes, absolutely. For self. That's what it is. See, people think that the forgiveness is for the other person. No. The forgiveness is to heal your damn astral body aura so you don't make yourself sick. Because ultimately, when your heart chakra is blocked, you have a 20 you're 20 times more likely to you lose 20 years off your lifespan. Sorry, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so you're going to be croaking 20 years younger than the average person. Okay, also you are 3 times more likely to develop heart disease when that heart chakra is blocked. Okay, you are 3 times more likely to develop lung cancer when the heart chakra is blocked. So I'm not just going through these things and saying this stuff because oh yeah, learn about your chakras. No, I'm letting you know this is what is impacting your life. Okay? If you need a bioscan so you can figure out everything, your chakras, your traumas that's holding you back, and get the 6 reports and get the instrument to heal this. See, that's the best part. You get an instrument to heal this. You get the frequencies to heal this stuff right here, which is so important. Okay? All right? So if you need that, get a bioscan. I won't know which of your chakras are blocked. I don't know which traumas are getting in the way of your success. I won't know that stuff until I scan you. Okay? Okay? All right, I took $50 off while I'm on the live. Good luck with that. And for anybody who does purchase and you need this technology, if you're a healer, if you're a coach, today at 6 p.m., okay, I'm doing a free workshop for anybody who does have the scan, who purchased the scan. A free workshop for fellow healers and coaches. It's at 6 p.m. Eastern, okay? All right? Heart chakra. Let's go through some symptoms. Emotional numbness. How many of you guys are emotionally numb? Okay, if you are emotionally numb, right? How do you go about getting the bioscan? Look right here. You go there. When you click on that, you go down 2 buttons. It's going to say healing, get a bioscan. Okay. All you need is tier 1. That's how you get it, guys. You don't have to email me for it. You don't have to DM. Please don't be DMing me for it. I want you to use the actual site. Okay. I will never be in anyone's DMs like hustling. Okay. All right. Emotionally numb. Okay. Emotionally numb. Overgivers. That heart chakra is probably blocked. Oh, we got some overgivers in here. How many of you guys are overgivers? Heart chakra is probably blocked. Okay. All right. How many of us are codependent? Heart chakra is probably blocked. Okay. Any heart or lung conditions? Your heart chakra is probably blocked. Okay. The heart chakra is probably blocked. Okay. If you deal with high blood pressure, raise your hand. Okay. If you have breathing difficulties, raise your hand. Okay. Circulation problems. That heart chakra is probably blocked. Okay. What else? Shortness of breath, chest pains, tension between the shoulders. The heart chakra is probably blocked. Okay. All right. How many of you guys, from the symptoms I just listed, feel like your heart chakra is blocked? Type heart in the comments, or put a heart in the comments. Okay. Congratulations to whoever that is that just grabbed, must have been their bioscan. Okay. Congratulations on taking the next step. I'll show you guys the instrument in a little bit. Okay. The instrument is easily accessible online. All you have to do is just go to the site and you'll be able to play your healing frequencies every single day. The frequencies that you guys are listening to right now are my frequencies. The beautiful thing about the bioscans is that you don't have to guess with any of your healing. We now have a way to measure our emotional health. Okay? We have a way. We can measure it. And you're going to get 6 reports that are particular to you, your body. It's only going to generate the reports that your body is needing. Okay? It's going to generate 4 trauma reports, 1 chakra report, 1 meridians report. Okay? You're also going to get your healing frequencies to help heal these rips and tears in the aura field. Okay? And then you're also going to get a bonus affirmation. It's your voice over healing frequencies. Your affirmations over healing frequencies. Okay? All right? Perfect, guys. Okay? Let's move on to the throat chakra. Are we ready? Type ready in the comments. Okay. I've been studying this stuff for 22 years. The mindset for 22 years, almost 23 years. Okay. I've been studying frequency. Well, I've been an advocate of frequency medicine for about 16 years. Okay. So I know all about frequency. All right. A lot of you guys are going online on YouTube and you're listening to general solfeggio frequencies, right? 396, 417. Okay, all of these 714 general frequencies, okay, which are great. But the problem is, if you don't know where your distortions are, you don't know which frequency you need in order to heal. And this is why your healing is taking a longer time. Trust me, I was listening to them for years. I too was listening to them for years, right? And so with the bioscan, it's going to be able to scan your entire being, right? Okay. And so when it scans your entire being through your voice, that's what we're going to utilize. You could be anywhere in the world. If you need a scan with me, okay? It's going to scan your entire being, and it's going to generate reports that's going to show us what your traumas are, how it's impacting your body, and the exact notes that you need to resolve this. No brainer, guys. No brainer. Okay? No brainer. Okay? Thank you so much. Okay? All right, let's move on to that throat chakra. How many of you guys, just before I even start, feel like your throat chakra is blocked? You feel like your throat chakra is blocked. You feel like there's things you want to say you can't say. You feel like there's things you want to express and you can't express. You feel like your creativity is cut off. Baby, that throat chakra is probably blocked. Why would the throat chakra be blocked? Well, the throat chakra is tied to your etheric template body. So you see that light blue right here? Okay, next to that astral body aura. Okay, see that etheric template body aura is the light blue, and it's connected to the throat chakra. Okay, and so if you've ever been silenced, then now there's a rip or a hole in that aura. Okay, if you've ever been punished for speaking your truth, okay, there's a rip or there's a hole in that aura, which is tied to your what? Throat chakra. Okay. If you've ever been ignored, completely ignored, right? There's probably a rip or a hole in that etheric template body aura, which is connected to the what? Throat chakra. Okay. All right. Let me go through some symptoms. Let me go through some symptoms that you may be experiencing. Okay. If you have a fear of speaking up, speaking your truth, okay, that throat chakra is probably blocked. Okay. Hey, Empire! Hey, Empire! Mwah! I love you guys so much. Okay. There are people in here in the chats, guys, that have gotten scanned. Please ask. Please ask them. Okay. All right. If you need any, if you have any questions. Okay. If you have if your creativity has been blocked, okay, that throat chakra is probably blocked. Okay. If you are an artist, but you can't feel that creative flow coming through, right? That creativity is blocked, then that throat chakra is probably blocked, right? Okay. Thyroid issues, raise your hand. That throat chakra is probably blocked. Okay. Chronic sore throats, ear aches, okay, nose issues, mouth issues, anything in the communication area, voice, that throat chakra is blocked. If you get fevers or you have a fever, throat chakra is blocked. Ear infections, throat chakra is blocked. Okay. Hypothalamus issues, cervical spine issues, esophagus problems, throat chakra is blocked. Okay. All right. People keep asking, how do we unblock the chakras that I'm going through? I do it. I help my clients do it with the bioscan. Okay. You get a scan. The technology tells us it generates 6 reports, 4 trauma reports, a chakras report, and a meridians reports. These 6 reports are going to also tell us what frequency you need to correct and unblock these issues, these chakras. Okay. So the frequency with the bioscan, the technology tells us exactly what the body needs. Okay. Otherwise, there's other ways that you can unblock your chakras naturally. You can go and start taking up yoga. If you want to go and start taking up yoga, okay, you can actually heal your chakras. You just got to do it regularly. Okay. If you want to meditate, start meditating regularly. You can unblock your chakras. Okay. If you focus on breath work, start doing that regularly. You will unblock your chakras. Reiki regularly. Acupuncture regularly. All of these things, meditation, you can do these things. You just got to be consistent. Okay? So this is why I do the bioscans for my clients, because one time they pay, one time they get the frequencies, the music. All they got to do is press play. So it's for the lazy people. It's for the lazy people that need healing, that feel stuck, that want the transformation. Okay? But all they got time to do is press play because they're on the way to dropping the kids off. They're on the way to work. They got a busy life, but they still want the healing. This is for the person who just wants to press play at night before they go to bed. You understand? I keep my frequencies on 24/7. You listening to them right now, and you don't even know it. Okay? All right? And you don't even know it. Okay? So that's what I mean. Okay? So that's how I help my clients unblock it, but I just gave you guys other ways. Does this make sense? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Someone says you have to believe. That's key. Let me tell you something. When you are operating with frequency, see, you are an energetic being. You are a ball of energy. You are vibrating at a specific frequency right now. You're not trying to do it, baby. You ain't got to try to. You are a frequency. So when I generate these frequency, the corrective notes from the bioscan, it's nothing you got to think about. All you got to do is listen. See, when you listen, it automatically, without you having to try anything, it automatically impacts your vibration. Oh, yeah, baby. Easy peasy lemon squeezy over here. We ain't got time to try to figure out how to heal and how to do all that. We just don't have time. Okay? We do not have time. Okay? All right, let's move on. How many of you guys think from what I mentioned that your throat chakra is blocked? Okay. How many of you guys think that your throat chakra is blocked? If you have gotten a bioscan by me, today I'm having a workshop for healers, for coaches who want to bring this service to their own clients. Today at 6 p.m. Eastern, check your email. I've already emailed you. Okay, you'll have access to it. You had to have already gotten a scan with me. If you purchase a scan today, you can join us today at 6 p.m. Okay, if you feel like your clients will need this technology. If you are into acupuncture, Reiki, any type of healing or coaching, you need to have this technology for your clients. You don't have to guess which chakras are out of alignment. You don't have to guess which meridians are out of alignment. I didn't print out a meridians report, but you can see their actual meridians, which ones are out of alignment. So, and then it's going to generate the corrective frequency for them. So as you're doing their treatments, you can be implementing those frequencies, etc. Right? Okay. So I do help other coaches. Okay. I do help other coaches. Workshop today at 6 p.m. It only is open to people who have gotten a bioscan with me. How are you going to know if it's something that you want to bring to your people if you haven't even tried it with me yet, right? Okay. The bioscan is $50 off right now, guys, while you guys are in the live. Congratulations. Congratulations to whoever that was that just purchased theirs. What about blocked versus overactive? What about it? What's your question? What's your question? Okay, third eye chakra. Let's get into it. Okay, this third eye chakra, this one is tied to the celestial. Okay, the celestial. Okay. How can I get it to do the nonstop? Yeah, if next to the 5-minute, the 10-minute, right next it says continuous. Do the continuous. Okay. Make sure to do the continuous. Okay, the third eye chakra, this one is tied to that celestial body aura, that darker blue aura, okay? Okay, can you guys see that? That darker blue aura, okay? And so with the darker blue aura, all right, we want to understand that this one is going to be tied to like your intuition, right? Your spiritual vision, right? Okay. And so let's talk about some possible traumas there. All right. If you've ever been experienced any like gaslighting, somebody gaslighting you a lot, that caused a rift or a hole or distortion there. Okay. Feeling constantly invalidated. Okay, that would cause a distortion there. Okay. All right. Being told that what you think is wrong, your perception is wrong. That you think in a crazy way, like you're being laughed at it by the way that you think. right? Okay. All of this is going to tie into that third eye chakra. Okay. That third eye chakra. Okay. If there's a distortion here in the celestial body aura, the third eye chakra will become blocked. Okay. Let me name some symptoms. Okay. Let me name some symptoms. Okay. And so you can see if possibly your third eye chakra is blocked. All right, guys. Okay. So if you are feeling like confused in life, like you don't know where to go, you don't know what to do, you just feel like sort of like stuck, like, you know, that third eye chakra is probably blocked. You can't trust your intuition, right? Like you're not trusting yourself enough to follow your own signs. That third eye chakra is blocked. Okay. What about if you deal with a lot of like nightmares? The third eye chakra is blocked. Okay. If you deal with a lot of headaches, the third eye chakra is blocked. Okay. If you deal with eye problems, that third eye chakra is probably blocked. Pituitary issues, pineal gland issues, neurological problems, okay? Third eye chakra is probably blocked, okay? Third eye chakra is probably blocked. Just from the symptoms that I listed, how many of you guys feel like your third eye chakra is blocked? Okay? How many of you guys feel like your third eye chakra is blocked? Raise your hand. Awesome. I see that. I see you guys taking notes. This is good. It's very good to be aware of which chakras are blocked. Once you start working on your chakras, you're going to see certain aspects of your life shift. This is just how it works. Our chakras are energy centers in our body. Our meridians are energy highways. So we need proper flow. We need proper balance. Okay. All right. Now let's get to the crown chakra. For those of you who are interested, you have a few more minutes to grab that bioscan for that $50 off, okay? For that $50 off, okay? All right. Anybody who does get their bioscan, of course, if you are someone who wants to bring this service to your own clients, of course, we're having a workshop today, 6 p.m. Eastern, okay? And you will have access after you make your purchase, okay? All right, after you make your own purchase, okay? The workshop is only open to healers and coaches who have actually utilized my service. So let's move on. Crown chakra, okay? Crown chakra, all right? Let's get to it. Okay, let's get to it. Okay. Your crown chakra is tied to your etheric template, that causal body. You see that purple aura right there? That is tied to your causal body aura. Okay. Your causal body aura. You're basically your soul purpose. How many of you guys right now are trying to figure out what your purpose is? Is there anybody in here trying to work on their purpose, trying to figure out what they're here to do? Okay. Anybody? Anybody? Raise your hand. Okay. That crown chakra may be blocked if you've been having a hard time with that. Okay. All right. I love that world peace. I love that. Now I see why we are in alignment. Okay. Now, if you've ever experienced religious dogma, spiritual abuse, things like that, that crown chakra is probably a block. If you've ever felt abandoned by God, like God left you, that crown chakra is probably blocked because you have some distortions there. Okay? Spiritual abuse or feeling abandoned by God absolutely is going to cause distortions in that causal body aura. See, God will never forsake you. God could never leave you. You are God. You understand? Okay, God is within you. How could God ever leave you? It's not even possible. So if you feel the disconnect from God within you, the God, then that crown chakra is blocked. Okay? The crown chakra is blocked. Okay? All right? Okay? Let's go through some symptoms. Okay? You feel disconnected from here, life, this world. You don't know what you're here to do. You don't know. Okay? Hello. That crown chakra is blocked. Okay? Crown chakra is blocked. Okay? If you deal with heavy depression, heavy sadness, you are definitely disconnected from the divine. That crown chakra is probably blocked. Okay? Crown chakra is probably blocked. Okay? If you feel like you don't have a meaning in life, the crown chakra is blocked. Migraines, if you ever had a brain tumor, okay? If you've ever been in a coma, okay? If you've ever experienced amnesia, that crown chakra is blocked. Okay? Nervous system disorder, crown chakra blocked. Muscular system disorder, crown chakra blocked. Okay? All right? Mental issues, crown chakra is blocked. Okay? Skin disorders, crown chakra is blocked. All right? Is this making sense to you? How many of you guys, just from the symptoms that I've listed, feel as if your crown chakra is blocked? Okay. You feel as if your crown chakra is blocked. Right? So, you guys have gone through all of these, so you guys should have had a list. If you feel like your root chakra is blocked, you may have a list, have written that down. Maybe your heart chakra is blocked. Maybe your third eye chakra is blocked. Which ones did you write down? Okay? For those of you guys who cannot get a bioscan, which would be the accurate way of going about this, okay? Is there anybody that needs me to bring the price down to 111? I haven't seen that angel number today, but I'm just going to ask. Okay? Anybody need the scan to go down to 111? You better raise your hand. Okay? I might be able to do like a certain amount of people that can get it for 111. Okay? If you think you're going to get it, if you think you want it, let me know. All right? Before I get off of this live. Okay? Now here, what I want to let you know is, if you cannot, yes, we're live on YouTube as well. So when you go to YouTube, when you go to my YouTube channel later, make sure that you check out my replays under the live tab, not the videos, because it's not a video I uploaded. I'm actually live on YouTube. So it's going to generate that replay. Okay? All right. But yes, you will be able to access the replay. Okay. Yeah. If you cannot get a bioscan, all right, I'll do the 111. It's going to be, I'm going to set it for like 3 people. Whoever books it at the 111, great. Then it's going to go back up to the 150. Okay. If you cannot afford the bioscan, listen to the symptoms I'm going to call out. Okay. Then I'm going to call out again, and you can just try to guess and gauge yourself. I still want to help you in that way, okay? I'm going to recall those symptoms in just a moment. Let me lower the price to 111, okay? Okay? Hold it. Did I have anybody ready for the 111? Raise your hand, because I'm going to do it, and it's going to be limited. Is there anybody in here who wants the bioscan? I love you so much, Richard. Thank you for the support. I'm moving fast. Okay, I'm moving fast. Let me know. Okay. So I'll do the first 3 people. If 3 people want it, if you get it at that price, then good for you. Okay, there's 3 slots for the 111. If you get it, good luck. Okay, so now I'm going to go through these symptoms again. Okay, I'm going to go through these symptoms again. You want to go there, click on that LINK, and then when you click on that, you're going to go down to the second button. It says healing, get a bioscan. Okay, are we ready to go through the symptoms? Type ready. Okay, the first 3 people that grab the bioscan, you get it at that supercell price 111. Congratulations. Okay, congratulations. Okay, are we ready? Type ready. Yes. Okay, y'all are ready. Listen out for these symptoms. Listen out for these symptoms. Root chakra. Okay, we're gonna start with the root chakra. Okay, love you too. Thank you, Richard. Okay, joint pain, lower back aches. Okay, elimination issues, obesity. Okay, constipation, anorexia. Okay, poor immune system function. Okay, money issues, feeling insecure, chronic fear. All of this is a sign that your root chakra is blocked. Okay. All right. I see number 1 in my crown after the scan. I see number 1 in my crown after the scan with you. What does that mean? I don't think I understand. I see number 1. I don't know what that. Okay, your root chakra is probably blocked. If you feel like your root chakra is blocked, raise your hand. Okay. Raise your hand. Okay. If you got a scan with me, there should be a key that is at the top of the report, unless you have a consultation with me where I can break down everything. I'm trying to understand your question, but make sure to look at the top key on your page. You can also look on YouTube, the company. They are on YouTube and can break it down as well. The root chakra is probably blocked. Let's go to the sacral chakra. Okay, I'm going to go through these symptoms really quickly. Congratulations to the ones who are grabbing their bioscan for that 111. We only had 3 slots for that 111. Okay, if you were able to click on it and it clicked 111 for you at checkout, then you got it. Okay, you will know if you missed it if that price has changed to 150. Okay, all right. Sacral chakra, let's look at these symptoms. Okay, struggling with intimacy. Okay, suppressed emotions. Okay, addictions, uterine or bladder issues. Okay, sexual difficulties, impotence, lack of flexibility, lower back problems, problems with your large intestines. The sacral chakra is blocked. Okay, the sacral chakra is blocked. All right, let's go to the solar plexus chakra. Okay, I'm calling these all out. All right, the solar plexus chakra. Okay, if you are an overthinker, solar plexus chakra is blocked. If you have low confidence, anger issues, the solar plexus chakra is blocked. Okay, if you have digestive issues, solar plexus chakra is blocked. Okay, diabetes, hypoglycemia, gallstones, nervousness, low energy, muscle cramps, stomach problems, lumbar spine, liver disorders, solar plexus chakra is blocked. How many of you guys feel like your solar plexus chakra is blocked? Okay, congratulations to the ones who are grabbing their scans, guys. Congratulations. Also, healers, coaches, if you've gotten a scan from me, check your email. We have a workshop today at 6 p.m. If you've gotten a scan from me, I'm going over the technology and how you can bring this service to your own clients if you wish. Okay, if you wish. Okay. All right, heart chakra. Okay, let's go through these symptoms really quickly. High blood pressure, breathing difficulties, okay, circulation problems, okay, shortness of breath, chest pains, disorders of the heart, okay, tension between the shoulders, okay, emotional numbness, overgiving, okay, any lung conditions. That heart chakra is probably blocked. Okay, that heart chakra is probably blocked. Okay, all right. Yeah, you may have multiple chakras blocked. Okay, You may have multiple chakras blocked, right? Okay. This definitely is possible. I won't know unless I scan you. Okay, of course I would need to scan you. But you can probably guess from the symptoms that I'm calling out. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Throat chakra. This one's next. Okay. This one is next. You guys have a few more minutes to take advantage of the BioScan discounts, okay? There were 3 slots at the 111. I'm not sure how many there are left. You will know if you are able to access it because it'll let your cell go through at the 111. After those 3 slots are gone, it's going up to $150, and we make our way back up to the regular price of $200, okay? Okay. Yes, so it's scanning your voice. This technology is utilized by doctors and scientists. I was actually scanned by a doctor, and I brought this exact service to my own clients. All right. So it's utilizing the same technology that's used in lie detector tests as well as frequency to determine your truth. We're utilizing your voice. Okay. So for instance, I could sit up here and say, yes, guys, I feel great. I could say, I feel good today. But energy doesn't lie. My voice, I could be lying, but energy doesn't lie. And that's what the technology looks for. Okay. And that is how it is accurate. It becomes to be accurate. Okay. Okay. When you do the scan and a lot of your chakra in low, what does that mean? When you do the scan in a lot of your chakras, and a lot of your chakras are low, if they're low, is that what you're saying? Okay. Are they balanced? Are they in green? What color are they? Okay. What color is it on the key? Okay. Where were we? Did we go to throat chakra? We just did heart. Okay, so throat chakra. Let's go through those symptoms, okay? For the throat chakra, if you experience fears, ear infections, okay, weariness, thyroid problems, disorders in the throat, in the ears, in the voice, in the neck, in the cervical spine area, okay, hypothalamus area, esophagus issues, okay, that means that your throat chakra is blocked. If you have a fear of speaking up, okay, if it's hard for you to be creative, that throat chakra is probably blocked, okay? Is this making sense to you? Give me a thumbs up, okay? Is this making sense to you? Give me a thumbs up, okay? All right. Okay, let me check and see if 3 people have gone ahead and gotten their scan so that we can make sure to change the price, okay? I need you guys showing out. We need to get to 100K, guys. Okay, let's see. Okay, congratulations. Okay. All right, we have one more slot for the 111, guys. Okay. We have one more slot. One more slot. Okay, the color is light blue. Okay, so that means it's an underactive, so low energy, all right? So our chakras we can be like overactive or we can be underactive, right? So when the chakra is low energy, like it's depleted. It's like it's shut down, right? So if it was blue in the heart chakra, baby, then that would mean that it's difficult for you to give. It's difficult for you to receive love. But you know, if it were high, then that would mean that you would be like an overgiver. You know what I mean? Okay. So the goal is to just be balanced. That's really what it is. The goal is to be balanced. Okay. Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Does that make sense to you? Okay, perfect. Awesome, darling. Okay, my sweetie. Okay. I'm glad that you are utilizing those reports and actually taking your time with them, okay? Very, very good. Okay, so now we're going to do the third eye chakra. We have one more slot for the 111. Okay, you have one more person who can take advantage of the bioscan. You can get all of your reports. You get 4 trauma reports. There's tons of reports. These are just a few that I printed out. But it's really going to depend on what your body needs, okay? You're going to get 4 different reports. I call them trauma reports. You get a chakras report. And you also get a meridians report. The meridians report is showing us the proper flow, the flow within your body, right? Okay? And then the best part is the instrument, guys. Look, 111, follow the signs. Is there anybody in here who wants I know, the angel numbers, I know. Is there anybody in here who wants to see the instrument when I'm done? Let me know. Okay? All right. Third eye chakra, let's do it. If you experience headaches, eye problems, pituitary issues, pineal gland issues, neurological problems, the third eye chakra is probably blocked, okay? The third eye chakra is probably blocked, okay? All right? If you feel like there's confusion in your life, too much confusion, you can't really figure out anything, lack of trusting your own intuition, that third eye chakra is probably blocked, okay? Okay, that third eye chakra is probably blocked. Okay, all right. If you experience a lot of headaches or nightmares, third eye chakra is blocked. Okay, you don't have to guess with a bioscan. And one more person gets it for that 111. Regular price is $200. There are doctors and scientists that are scanning people for $1,200. The same scan. Same scan. Okay, crown chakra, and then I'm going to get ready to get off of here, guys. I love, 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 love you. I love, 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 love you. That aura, this right here, that crown chakra is tied to that etheric template, that causal body aura, okay? And so let's go through the symptoms for that one. Migraines. If you've ever had a brain tumor, if you've ever been in a coma, amnesia, nervous system disorder, muscular system disorders, mental issues, skin disorders, right? That crown chakra is probably blocked, okay? How do I get the bioscan? Other people are, it's 111 on my clock, guys. It is 111. This is how I know. Them angels, baby, they throwing the signs. The time is 111. One more person gets the bioscan for 111, right? Okay, when you go here, okay, you're going to click on the link tree. When you click on the link tree, you're going to go down to the second button. It's going to say healing, get a bioscan, okay? And you just click there. Don't pay attention to the price on the flyer because I discounted it, okay? And so you just press tier 1. Anybody in here feel like their crown chakra is blocked? Anybody in here feel like their crown chakra is blocked? Okay. I gave you guys the symptoms. Okay. Skin disorders, mental issues, muscular system disorders, right? Feeling disconnected, being depressed. Okay. Not knowing your purpose, feeling lost in your meaning for life. Okay. That crown chakra is probably blocked. Okay. All right. That crown chakra is probably blocked. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to get ready to wrap it up. Wrap it up. Okay. I love you guys here on YouTube. Bye bye.